The reason why the Dome is able to handle so many events is because of something called synthetic earth, or a mixture of these silica and rubber pellets. Fiorito measures 6'2", 200 pounds. So imagine a goalie who's 2 inches taller than me with a wingspan to either post. During the Greg Robinson era, Orange fans had a lot of elbow room at home games. But this season, Dome attendance has risen by 2.6%, the second highest in the Big East. There's one aspect of the game SU has yet to get a foothold on, it's scoring. Over its last 5 games, the Orange has just 1 goal. What makes Keough so effective once he finds space in front of the crease is his creativity. He can shoot high, he can shoot low, behind the back. Orange head coach Jim Boeheim didn't go into any specifics about Fair, but said simply he has, without question, emerged as the top player from this heralded freshman class. For Orange attackman JoJo Marasco, the roar of the crowd and the sound of his own name sounds a little different.
I can basically hear just very little in my right ear.
The sophomore first noticed the problem in elementary school. He only sat where his left ear could pick up the most sound in the classroom. But when it came to lacrosse, Marasco wasn't going to let it slow him down.
I kind of accepted it real early, and it's kind of sometimes I feel like it's helped me in my lacrosse, and it's been with me, and I accepted it right away, and you can't change it.
JoJo's teammates agree that his other senses are stronger on the field.
When he can't hear, so he just focuses on everybody. His head's always on a swivel.
I mean, I do feel like that's definitely been a benefit to his game, just because I think it just makes him more aware of, especially on some of his passes.
Marasco makes the majority of his plays from the X position behind the cage, which means he's dealing with orders from both players and coaches from all over the field through essentially one ear.
JoJo's the opposite side of the field, so it's a matter of us what we call echoing. The first person that we tell echoes it to the next person, echoes to the next person.
Even though Marasco cannot hear the sounds of the game as well, he never feels like he's missing a part of the game.
I kind of feel like I get the full feeling when I step out there, and you can just feel the atmosphere in there with the fans and the teams playing against each other, and you get the same feeling.
So don't feel the need to scream louder the next time number 22 scores. The mind of Marasco knows what's going on. Dan Moscaritolo for ESPNU Campus Connection. Seton Hall, split. Villanova, split. Georgetown, +1 Hoyas. It's been a tough challenge for SU in its Big East double-dose pairings this season. With a win at Villanova and Georgetown on the slate next, Rick Jackson doesn't forget what happened when both these teams visited the Carrier Dome earlier this year.
We're gonna have to just run our stuff, take our time. Right now we're out for revenge on these teams, and we gotta just go out there and play. We can't make no excuses, and just play our game.
But Syracuse's Scoop Jardine says it's more than just vengeance. After all, Nova and Georgetown were the front and back ends, respectively, of a 3-game home losing streak for SU. The guard says it's about getting swagger and pride back.
We knew what they took from us up at our home, and that's the most important thing. You want to protect your home court at all times, and I don't think we did that. We let them come in and get a win, and we're going to show the same emotion when we go down to Georgetown. It's just the same way. Want to protect your home court no matter what. While round 2 with the Wildcats may have excited and toughened up the Orange heading into Georgetown, Syracuse head coach Jim Boeheim warned against this type of mentality. Coach Boeheim says every game is a different test for his squad.
Well, that's all nonsense. It's what kind of team you have. You play a fairly decent schedule, whatever it is. You could play 14 easy games and a couple tough ones just to see, and then you can start playing.
Whether it's taking revenge, getting confidence back, or in Coach Boeheim's case, facing another test, the Orange can't agree that beating the Hoyas in D.C. would be a fine result for all motives. Dan Moscaritolo, Citrus TV.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News Live at 6. I'm Dan Moscaritolo. In college lacrosse, it's usually the ACC that boasts games between two top 5 teams during the regular season. But this year, Syracuse and Notre Dame have the Big East looking like the nation's top dog. The number 4 Orange and top-ranked Irish squared off this weekend to determine the alpha male in the conference. Early on, it was Notre Dame that looked like the top team in the country. Ryan Foley beats John Galloway for the game's first goal, but SU was resilient all evening. Towards the end of the first quarter, Johns Hopkins transfer Tommy Palisic soars along the crease and puts SU ahead 3-2. Seconds before the end of the third quarter now, Jojo Marasco knifes in and feeds the pride of Ontario, Stephen Keogh, the attack with the 21st hat-trick of his career, 9-4 SU at that point. Midway through the fourth quarter, Marasco doesn't just feed, he finishes. The Sidewinder beats John Kemp low, 11-5, the Orange all over the Irish. SU would go on to win 11-8. Zach Brenneman with 3 goals, the highlight of the day for Notre Dame. Keogh had 4. John Galloway with 12 saves as Syracuse knocks off the number 1 team in the country. Syracuse followed that win up with a 20-6 drubbing over St. John's to finish out the regular season. The 2 victories propelled SU to the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. The Orange drew Siena in the opening round game on May 15th at the Dome. With the horrors of last season's first-round exit still looming, Syracuse head coach John Desko is not overlooking the MAC champions.
I think that everybody, you've got to come ready to play against anybody you play. And Siena's a good team from one end of the field to the other. They're solid in attack, midfield. I think their goalie's good and their defense has been consistent, so we got to come ready to play.
Success has been hard to come by for the Syracuse Chiefs this year. Before entering Norfolk, Durham tallied a 4-game series sweep over the last-place Chiefs. But a change of scenery has helped Syracuse. The squad has won 3 straight over the Tides and breaks out the brooms tonight. With a win, it would be the Chiefs' first 4-game sweep of the season. 4 hits, 11 walks. That was the Royals' lopsided line score last night. Playing against the Yankees, no less, that doesn't seem like a winning combination. But with late-night heroics fit for the Big Apple, Kansas City gave the Bronx Bombers everything they could handle and more. We pick things up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees catcher Jorge Posada with runners on first and second, fans on an Aaron Crow curveball. We're going to extra innings. Top of the 10th, Jeff Francoeur takes ex-Braves teammate Buddy Carlisle to the gap. Eric Hosmer scores as KC grabs a 1-run lead. More from Hosmer late. But the pinstripes didn't go away either. Curtis Granderson ropes a single to right with 2 outs off Joaquim Soria. Russell Martin trots home to tie it up at 3. Top of the 11th, bases loaded, Hosmer up against Luis Ayala. Bend those knees. He hit his first career homer earlier and scores Chris Getz on this sacrifice fly to give the Royals the lead. Nick Swisher, sorry buddy, goes down swinging on Lewis Coleman. KC wins it 4-3. As for the Amazins, things aren't that amazing. The last place Mets sent starting first baseman Ike Davis and starting pitcher Chris Young down to the disabled list today. Davis should miss only 2 weeks with an ankle bruise, but Young's setback is far more severe. The ex-Padre will miss the rest of the season for surgery on his right shoulder. But don't panic, Flushing. Ace Johan Santana threw off a mound today in Florida for the first time this year. The Mets finish up their series in Colorado today after a rainout last night. And whatever momentum Tiger Woods may have had was spoiled this afternoon down on Sawgrass. The former world's #1 left the Players' Championship after just 9 holes. Woods says he retweaked the Achilles injury that has kept him off the course.
It's hard to put much pressure on it right now, so just a bit of a struggle.
More on the way from Citrus TV News Live at 6. Google and Facebook are at war. Find out what's causing the master of all cyber battles.